Hello and welcome to Random Fandom, the podcast that follows a random team each week and tries to find a fan to talk to and see how they ended up supporting their club. Now, we drew Wolves out the hat the other week, didn't we, John?
We did indeed.
And we kind of got a fan and he was ready to come on, and then we realised he couldn't because he's on half term. So we're going to try and punt that to next week. So the genius idea we came up with instead, while we wait for Wolves, is that this week it's the first round proper of the FA Cup. So we thought, why not enter a random fandom view on that? So we're going to talk about the FA Cup, sort out the structure of the FA Cup, especially for some of those American listeners that we have that maybe don't quite understand this random cup that we have. Talk about maybe mine and John's favourite memories of the FA Cup, and then we're going to pull out a random fixture from this week's first round. Then I think then John's going to pick home or away. He won't know what fixture it is. He's going to pick home or away, and that's going to be our team I'll follow. We'll follow. And then we'll always follow the winner of each tie. So we're guaranteed to get to the FA Cup final. We're just not sure which team we're going to end up. And we'll see, I don't know, we'll have a bit of fun with it and see what's the longest run that we go on before we get knocked out and have to support the next team. So, sound like a plan, John?
That sounds awesome, yes.
Now, are you an FA Cup nerd like me? Because I know Champions League is bigger, and I know all these other tournaments are bigger, but I'm an FA Cup nerd. I love it.
That's because we're old, isn't it? Yes, I mean, absolutely love the FA Cup. It is the greatest thing. But I think the nostalgia and being older, it had a much more special place in people's hearts, I think. Yeah, because nowadays you get like one of five winners every year almost, right? So
Yeah, and
it used to be so good.
they robbed us of semi-final Saturday, where we could just go and watch both semi-finals back to back. Just go down the pub, watch them, stay there for the entire afternoon. Um, and also maybe none of this Wembley malarkey for semi-finals either. You know, it was Villa
Mm.
Park and City Ground and all that kind of good stuff. So okay, let's quickly dive. I won't read this whole thing out, but the reason I love the FA Cup is just because of its completely unseeded format. So for any of our, I'm not going to say any of our American listeners, because I'm sure thinking about our mutual friend Mike, I'm sure he knows the FA Cup inside out. But some kind of people I've met over here will kind of say, "What's this weird cup that you have where like Manchester United can be playing like a team of postmen? That can't be a real thing." But like, no, it really is. So it's like I want to say it's the oldest national football competition in the world. It's organised by the Football Association, hence the FA Cup, and it goes all the way down to the 10th tier of English football. So when we've been kind of keeping our random fandoms to the top five tiers, this goes all the way down to level 10. They have a whole bunch of qualifying rounds that are only held between, I think, levels 5 to 10, so kind of the much lower teams. And then they start what they call the first round proper, which is what's going to happen this weekend, which is when the professional league. So the 5 to 10 is what's called the non-league. We get the professional, so it'll be I think leagues one and League Two will join for a couple of rounds, and then round three is when the big boys of the Premier League and the Championship come in. Other than that, where it's staggered, it's just not seeded. If you are a team of postmen and bakers and plumbers or whatever, you might get a plum tie away at Liverpool or something in the third round. It's just, I think that's the magic of it, John. It's just not a seeded tournament.
Yeah, it's exactly anyone can play anyone. I mean, a local pub team, the Dog and Duck, for example, can can enter it, and if they as long as they're beating everyone, they could play Liverpool Arsenal. It's just such a great tournament.
Yeah. So if we kind of, what do you want to do? Let, let's explore our memories first. Then, if you think of FA Cup, what's your favourite FA Cup? And I'm not. It's probably going to be a Liverpool one, isn't it? But what's your
Well,
favourite?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm too biased towards Liverpool. It would be 1986. I was 10 years of age, and Liverpool Everton 3-1. That was just my that was just the greatest FA Cup final I can remember.
You
Obviously,
watched that one, I assume, in your house, or did you sneak to a bar in Amsterdam to watch it?
that was the next year. Coventry Tottenham next year. Yeah, no, I was watching it at my house, and I had my best mate at the time, Ivor, was over, and we watched the game, and then we went out and played football for about 10 hours afterwards. It was carefree days, carefree days.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Um, My, I'm not sure it was the best final, but my favourite FA Cup final. I'm split, and I will say I'll give Arsenal ones and then a non-Arsenal one. So my favourite Arsenal one is 1997, 1998, and it was Arsenal beating Newcastle. And the reason it was just stuck out is the first time I'd witnessed Arsenal win the double, so it was kind of like the cherry on top. I think Shearer hit the base of a post when it was 0-0, and it could have gone the other way. But then once we scored, it was kind of over, and it was kind of so I was a little bit older, so unlike you and your buddy, I was out in a pub. So, well, I'm assuming you weren't in a pub watching it.
No.
And yeah, I just got very happy after the final whistle. I would say that one. And then the other one that's kind of the opposite way that I just thought, oh my God, I can't believe we're going to be the ones that get ridiculed forever was 20 early teens when we had Hull and everyone was like up in arms like, oh my God, I can't believe Hull made the final. It's going to be a battering. It's going to be 10-0 to Arsenal. What a boring final. And within about what felt like 8 minutes, we were 2-0 down to Hull. And I was just sinking, as I think all football fans can probably
Yeah, well,
testament to, like, just
I
hands are
was
closing over
cheering.
my face. I'm just down, wanting the earth to swallow me up. I'm like, we're going to lose to Hull.
I was just about to order a Hull shirt, I think.
Yeah, but we came back and won that 3-2. So other ones that really stick in my head, and I'm going to use some music for this because we're going to lead into it. So it's, oh my God, I can't believe you've made me do this. 1988, cup final. One of the big joys of the FA Cup is the giant killings that can happen, and they usually happen in the early rounds. I think we were talking to, or last season I had Simon on, who was a Lincoln City fan, and they made it all the way to the quarterfinals. They beat Brighton, they beat Burnley, ultimately smashed at the Emirates by Arsenal. But we get these giant killing runs. We had Wrexham famously beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. We've had
Mickey
Hereford
Thomas.
and oh yeah, we had Hereford United beating Newcastle with Ronnie Radford's rocket. There's just been some great kind of giant killings, but they normally peter out before you get all the way through to the final. So in 1988, Liverpool rocked up to play Wimbledon, the crazy game.
Wow.
But we're going to let you dine out on this because Liverpool may not have won the final, but even as an Arsenal fan, they did do this, and we'll explain what this is in a second. So here you go, 34 seconds for you to enjoy, John.
United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Watch my lips, and I will spell. Because they don't just play, but they can rap as well.
My idea was it to build Liverpool into a bastion of invincibility, like. Napoleon had that idea, he would conquer the bloody world.
Sorry, the clip I had faded at
Oh,
that point.
don't
Why did they
stop
fade at
it.
the chorus? I don't know. I just googled it, and for some reason the clip faded at the chorus. But for anybody who doesn't know, another bizarre tradition for the FA Cup was that teams that got to the final, not necessarily everybody, but FA Cup final songs. I think we played the Coventry one, didn't we? There was the Coventry City FA Cup final song,
Yeah, that
um,
was surprisingly good.
and you guys did the Anfield rap.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It was actually better than our performance in the final, I thought.
It got
It
to number
got
3 in the charts, didn't it?
yeah, it did. Fantastic song. Yeah.
I mean, it was a song, but it's just even if it's not any good, as in musically, it's just iconic. Like people know the Anfield rap, and like, oh, didn't United do "Glad All Over" or something like that? I can't remember what they
Ah,
did.
yeah. Dreadful, dreadful.
Yeah, and there's been various different songs. I mean, obviously John Barnes. When did John Barnes do the rap for World in Motion? Was that the '86 World Cup? Or was that
Um,
1990? Which way round did he do? Did he get the
1990 it was.
so he got the
1990.
taste for it in the Anfield rap, and then probably
Yeah.
convinced the England lot, guys, I got a great idea. But yeah, I mean that final. Oh my gosh, I went. I kind of even wasn't even going to watch it. I was like, well, this is obviously Liverpool. Why don't I want to watch Liverpool win the final? And yeah, I think I might have this wrong. It was 0-0, wasn't it, when Dave Besant saved the penalty?
Yes,
Okay, so from John Aldridge?
John Aldridge. Yeah,
Yeah, who was kind of your Ian Rush clone. Ian Rush was coming to the end of his career, so you just made
yeah.
someone that kind of almost looked the same as him and
We
made
s-
him
we
score
st
goals.
we stuck a perm wig on him and gave him a tash and said, "Yep, you'll do."
Yeah, I don't really want to make you, well, I kind of do, but do you remember that game? And
Of course I
was
do.
it okay? Well, just like I don't know if you purged it from your brain as to like when old Laurie Sanchez goes up and scores. Was it a header from a
From the
corner?
header from Dennis Wise corner.
Dennis Wise.
Yeah.
Are you thinking, oh my God, that's it? Or are you still at this point? Ah, we got plenty of time. It's easy. This is 3 or 4
No,
1.
we just won the league. We just beaten Man United to win the league by 9 points. So I was convinced we were going to win it, um, but yeah, it just never materialised, did it? I can't believe you're bringing this up, and I have to relive this.
Well, this was your penance that if I had to play the Anfield rap, then you had to talk about the final that it went with. It's not my fault that the song was connected to that final. I didn't choose it.
Fair enough.
Do you want to? Do you want to hear the atrocity, which is the song that went with the Arsenal '98 FA Cup, the double winning song?
Yes,
This is
please.
awful.
I'm
This
disappointed it's not the 2001 song. But yeah, let's hear it.
it is awful. Get ready.
Started out the season, nothing stopped us. Everything was going right. Walking in a bird cap wonderland when Carlo was our ray of light. Gotta see the Arsenal playing some hot stuff. Let's see the Arsenal showing them how. Come on, you Arsenal, yeah, you're the hot stuff. Keep telling us we're boring, we'll just keep on scoring now.
Yeah, you're telling us we're boring. We'll just keep on scoring. What a lyric that is.
Do you know, this sums up Arsenal. There's no originality. They just steal a song and stick lyrics over it. That's what you do this season when you take Liverpool songs and then you just jam your own words in.
Oh, bitter, bitter, bitter. I mean, to be fair, other than the Anfield rap, I was thinking about this.
Hmm.
And I'm sure someone out there will know the answer. Is the Anfield rap the only original FA Cup song? Because almost every single other one is take a real song, like "Glad All Over." It wasn't "Glad All Over." That's someone else's song. But whatever
That
United did, that was
that
a real song they put new lyrics to, and almost everybody does that.
No, there's definitely originals. The Wickham song that we had um, on that episode, that they did an original song for the cup, and that was pretty darn good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Okay.
think it's just Arsenal are unoriginal.
It's not just Arsenal. I mean, don't make
Can
me
we
go and Google FA Cup final songs
can
because
we talk about the Owen Cup final?
yeah, I
Can
thought
we
I wouldn't
mention
get
that?
away with it without you. Go on, go on.
2001. Arsenal were superb and deserved to easily win that game, and you were winning very, very comfortably. And we'd even was it Stefan Honcho had saved one on the line with his hands, absolutely beautiful save. And yeah, I thought that game was done and dusted. I thought, oh well, got to watch Arsenal lift the cup now. And then Owen, was it 2 goals in what felt like 2 minutes? He just stole it off you. Unbelievable. I was watching that in the Liverpool Student Union, and we went crazy.
Yeah, I bet you did. It was. It was one of those games where I just thought, well, this has got dodgy 1-0 Liverpool win written all over it because we were absolutely battering you. Nothing was going our way. I think it was Freddie Ljungberg then scored the opening
Mm.
goal, and that was it. That's it because there's no way Liverpool are going to score today. This was a smash and grab 1-0 or take it to penalties because, and now that we've scored, that's basically start engraving our name on the cup now. Thanks. Anyway, it was in Cardiff, so it doesn't count. It wasn't a Wembley final. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I take what I got wrong. The man, yeah, isn't Glad all over like Crystal Palace or something? I'm getting all this kind of messed up now while I'm trying to do this on the fly. Um, United have had a few. Oh, they did the one where they put Glory, Man United into it as well. And come on, you Reds.
Vomit
Uh,
inducing. Yeah.
Say what you think. Um, you guys had 1996. You had Pass a Move. It's the Liverpool Groove.
Oh my God, another classic. We should probably just stick to making music.
If I look at this of kind of like weeks in the top 75, then I'm not sure this was an FA Cup song. I've just got like football singles, so there are some other ones that aren't FA Cups in here, like the Wurzels, one for Bristol City, is yeah,
They're a great band, by the way.
yeah. You know, Everton had
Mm.
got one in there. Spirit of the Blues, Leeds have done one. You got Manchester United, Middlesbrough, Let's Dance with Bob Mortimer and Chris Rea. I don't even know what that one was all about. Um, yeah, there's a few of them there. I think Cardiff did Cardiff make Did they make an FA Cup final once, didn't they? I think they did.
I think most teams have. Most teams
Yeah.
have. It's a
Which
tradition that we should bring back because it doesn't happen anymore, does it?
Well, you say that. I mean, you're right about only a handful of teams win it, which brings me back to my second one, which is a more recency bias memory, which is I loved last year's FA Cup final. I was so happy for Crystal Palace. It was just beautiful. Well, I went into that just thinking, well, how many are Man City going to win by? Um, and I think it was really, really weird because I think Palace had played City in the league either the week before or a couple of weeks before, and they'd gone 2-0 up, and then they had a chance of making it three, and they messed it up, and they ended up losing the game something like 5-2. And in this cup final, Eze, quality player, can't remember who he plays for now. Um, Eze put Palace 1-0 up, and I think they had the chance to go 2 up pretty quick after and missed it, or it was ruled offside or something. I can't remember. And I was like, oh, God, there's no way they're going to hold on to this now because they went 1 up like pretty early. If I can find the 16th minute, they
Mm.
went 1 up. And I was like, you don't hold off Man City for that amount of time. This is not going
Mm.
to happen. But I'm so glad to be wrong.
It was a great victory, wasn't it? And it was good to watch another team, not a non-traditional winning team,
But you are
securing it.
on the money, right? Because other than if we go back, so Palace win it. Before that, it's United, it's City, it's Liverpool. We did get in 21 Leicester. Leicester popped
Hmm.
up and beat Chelsea in the final.
After winning the Premier League.
Correct. Then it wasn't a double, was it? It was the year after, I
No,
think. So
no.
imagine Leicester doing the double. Jeez. Um, then before that was Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Arsenal, Arsenal, and then we have to get all the way back to 2012 when Man City were put to the sword again by Wigan. And then before that it's Chelsea, it's City, it's Chelsea, it's Chelsea. And there it is. Yeah, 2007, Portsmouth, Cardiff. That was an FA Cup final, and you know, that's part of the joy of it for me that because it's not seeded, you do get the chance that some years a lot of the big guns are going to get drawn against each other. And you get, and no offense to either of these teams, but getting Portsmouth and Cardiff in the final is amazing. It's like, yeah,
Mm.
don't need any of the big six in there. Let's just have a cup final between them. So, but yeah, in mine and your lifetime of really supporting it, it's few and far between that it's not an Arsenal, United,
Yeah.
Chelsea, Liverpool, City type situation. But it doesn't matter. I still love it. Absolutely love it. Right. Are you ready to draw our team out that we're going to do on the first? So there are 40 fixtures across all manner of teams. I mean, if you don't believe that kind of the first round has got some teams you've never heard of in there, one caught my town. Oh, yeah. So we had the Barrow fan, Neil Barrow came on. They are away at Spennymoor Town.
A great team. Great. They're in Chester's league.
Are they?
Yeah.
I was
Chester
looking to.
was very, very local to me when my mum lived up in Chester. They're very, very
Okay.
local to me.
So you got Wickham against Plymouth, Brackley Town against Notts County, because we had Rob on for Notts County. We got South Shields against Shrewsbury. I had a Shrewsbury fan on last season. So there's a few of the teams that we've covered on Random Fandom before, and some like the name I should have given to one of my kids should have been Port, because then they would have been Port Vale. But we got Port Vale at home to Malden and Tiptree. Now there is a non-league name for you, Malden and
I
Tiptree.
mean,
So,
that's an upset waiting to happen, isn't it?
right, are you ready to for me to
I'm
draw the
ready. I'm
fixture.
excited.
Okay, here we
I'm
go. Right,
hoping.
what
I'm
fixture?
hoping. Are you hoping for any particular team?
No, I'm kind of hoping, right? The FA Cup romantic in me wants to get some non-league team, which then wins the next couple of rounds and gets a big plum tie away at a
Mm.
Premier League team. That's what I'm looking for, so we can fund our team for the next 10 years. Which by the way we didn't touch on. I mean, that's another thing that's beautiful about the FA Cup. You get these small little grassroots teams that will make it through to the third round. They know they're not going to get to the final, but if they can get an away day at one of the big stadiums, take a share of the ticket, take a share of the TV money, an FA Cup run can fund some of these teams for like a decade, and that's not exaggerating it. It's
Well,
crazy.
that's more of my annoyance with the FA Cup is that the replays were crucial. They teams would hope for a home tie to pack their stadium, get some good gate receipts, and try for a draw because they could often get a draw, a tie, as some Americans say, um, because they've got such a bad pitch
Yeah,
that
playing on a
that they
cow field.
exactly that they can tie against some of these teams, and then get a replay at Man United or Liverpool or Arsenal, and then they would make enough in those two legs, in those two ties, in order to sort of survive for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're right.
it,
And
it
killing a
is a shame they
replay.
got
Yeah.
it's a shame they got rid of it, but yeah, I'm hoping for Chester or Barnet in this draw.
Well, let's find out. Here we go.
Yeah.
Right, we are going to. Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed. They're not quite the teams aren't as small as I was hoping for here. So
Oh,
do you?
who we
I
got?
mean, we don't really have to pick
Bolton.
we don't really have to pick a team because we're just going to take whoever is the winner of the tie. But do you
Hmm.
do you want to nominate whether they're going to be cheering for home or away?
Um, let's let's go home team.
Home team. So we have picked Colchester United versus MK Dons.
So we got Colchester United.
Yeah, we're going to be
That's
cheering for
better than
Colchester.
that's better than MK Dons.
I was hoping you're going to because
I'm
MK
happy
Dons
with
are the Wimbledon of 1988, aren't they? After they
exactly.
and that would have been
Awful.
so funny having you to cheer for. In fact, come on, this is the MK Dons year because if they win this tie, we're going to have to cheer for them in the next round. So,
Oh no, I'm happy with Colchester. I actually know. I think I know a Colchester fan.
well, there's a surprise. You kind of know everybody. So, okay, so yeah, that is tomorrow, I think, at 3 p.m. UK time. We will be all eyes on Colchester against MK Dons. The one I kind of hoped that would come out, we were only two away from on the draw, is that as a kid, the nearest seaside day out we could have, for me being like landlocked right in the middle of England, was Weston-super-Mare, or Weston-super-Mud as we used to call it, because the beach was just mud, not sand. So Weston-super-Mare against Aldershot Town was the one I wanted, but stupid supercomputer.
Well, maybe next round.
Yeah, maybe. Um, Before we wrap up, any kind of I didn't get you to pick any other FA Cup memories other than the Liverpool ones. Is there any other kind of things that stand out for you?
Oh yeah, I mean we talked about the Owen final, the Gerrard final in 2006, 2005, 2006 against West Ham. Do you remember that goal?
Is that the one he scored from
He
like about the
scored
halfway line? It came down out of the sky with snow on it, and he just volleyed it.
40 yards, and you can hear the commentator saying, "And there'll be 6 minutes of injury time," and this was you just seen him previously in the last minute pull up with cramp in his legs. He couldn't move
That's
his
right.
leg. And then a minute later, he smacks it from 40 yards into the corner, and he scored two absolute worldies. And yeah, beating West Ham in a final is always a joyous occasion. But yeah, that performance was probably the best performance I've seen in an FA Cup final, I think, by an
Um,
individual. Can you think of a
yeah,
better
you.
one?
I know. I was just trying to think because you're right. He did absolutely drag Liverpool through that
Mm.
final. I have to admit it. I'm just trying to think of. No, no. I mean, I can go and be biased, and I can talk about Santi Cazorla being our hero against Hull City, and but it wasn't that kind of same like Liverpool. It wasn't 10 men plus Gerrard, but it just felt like that was the Gerrard Cup final that he just kind of dragged you guys back into that one. So
Yeah.
no, I'll give you that.
There,
I'll give you
there
that.
is the 1953 FA Cup final, right?
Oh, is there
Obviously,
now?
I don't remember that because I wasn't alive. But Stan Mortensen scored a hat trick in that game. So he's still the only player to have scored a hat trick at Wembley in the final.
Is
And
that wow?
Blackpool were 3-1 down against Bolton Wanderers with 20 minutes to go, and they pulled off like a Liverpool Champions League performance in the last 20 minutes to win 4-3. And yeah, so because Ian Rush scored two in the '86 Cup final and he scored two in the '89 Cup final, and he almost got the hat trick. But yeah, it still stands as Stan Mortensen's, unless I've missed something in the last 10 years.
No, no, okay. I like the little
Mm.
statoid there. I mean, there was obviously famous finals that I was alive for that I don't remember, but bizarrely I actually have, and I don't even know where it came from. But I've actually got a program from Arsenal Manchester United in 1979. Arsenal won it 3-2. Um, and it's got Prince Charles as he was then was the nice little photo of him on the inside cover. I really have no idea where it came from, but it's a nice little bit of memorabilia for me to have. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a lot of people will quote that one as kind of like a famous one. I can't dine out on it because I was four. I
I tell
can't.
you what, I'll tell you what, my favourite moment of all time live, which doesn't involve Liverpool, is I was there for the Arsenal versus Tottenham semi-final, FA Cup semi-final, when Gaza put in that incredible free kick into the top right-hand corner.
Why? Why do we know? Just because I started off down the Wimbledon route, now you've got to do that, have you?
Oh,
Ugh.
what a game that was, and what a goal! Yeah, that was the best sporting moment that's non-Liverpool related that I've ever been to. I think incredible, great Gaza,
Yeah,
great Gaza.
he was, to be fair, and it was just I still can't believe there are three moments, unfortunately, in David Seaman's career that I still can't believe he was beaten by. I think no, that wouldn't have been. That was Seaman back then, wasn't it? It's got to have been. It
Yeah,
wasn't Lukic
yeah,
in goal for
Seaman.
that. That was Seaman
No.
scrambling across for
Hmm.
Gazza's free kick. Then you've got the time he got lobbed by Naeem from the halfway line in the European Cup, whatever Cup Winners' Cup,
Yeah.
or UEFA, whatever it was back then. And then you got the Ronaldinho one for England, where I still don't know that one and went in either. So I think he had a little bit of a blind spot for high balls into the top corners.
Mm.
He couldn't deal with those, but he was a legend in goal for us. So I can't moan about that too much. Right, we are pretty much at the end of it, so we are going to be tuned in for Colchester versus MK Dons tomorrow, which I hope is on TV over here, so we can sit and watch it. Probably isn't. It's probably on something I don't subscribe to. I bet it's on ESPN Plus. Hey ESPN Plus, if you want to sponsor the show and give us free access, we'll happily review all FA Cup games for the rest of the season. Thanks. Uh, But on that note, we will end. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on Wolves again this week, and we will try and get a Wolves fan next week to come and tell us about their fandom. Other than that, I think that's that.